All right, guys, I've got one of the coolest jazz basses we've ever had in the studio. And one of the nicest 80s basses I've ever seen. If you're new to the channel, I'm your buddy Keith. We are live here in the control room at Essex Recording Studios, just outside London in Southend-on-Sea, England. And I show you the coolest, rarest guitars, basses, everything that I get from all around the world each and every day, that we use here in the studio, we get from artists, we use them to record with artists, we sell them to help fund the studio. Anything you see on the channel, if it isn't sold already, you can always buy it. It's always up for sale on reverb.com and on essexrecordingstudios.com. Essex Recording Studios with an S. And you can always follow us on our socials, at Essex Recording Studios on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that cool stuff. So let's talk about this. So already, I'm going to tell everybody right now, put your tongue back in your mouth, close your mouth, stop drooling. This is an awesome ESP 400 series lawsuit Fender style jazz bass. These are epic. They come from a very specific era, especially with this headstock. This is about 1985 with this headstock. I think 83 was the first year that ESP started doing production guitar. We have one of the very first guitars ever. The serial number is like 200. And that was owned by a really famous rock metal band called Girl School. And it was just called the ESP series. And then from ESP series, you went to ESP 400 series was the next thing that came out. And the 400 series was essentially a reissue of a Fender 60's Strat or a Fender 60's jazz bass. And it's because ESP started out making replacement parts for 60's Fender Strats and jazz basses. And the parts were so good that people were like, you should just build the instruments. And they did. And they killed it. Because, I mean, leaving the 80s, you had so many amazing bands playing ESP. Iron Maiden, Metallica, Slayer, guys. I mean, Ronnie Wood from Rolling Stones. It's crazy how many A-listers this company won over. Won over from Fender, Gibson, lots of mega competition. But people decided to go with them. If you look at the E, you'll see a little speaker cone right there. And it's Electronic Sound Products. That's what the company's initials stand for. It's a Japanese company, huge company. The founder is quite old. I think he's like 90. He's quite old, and they own lots of other brands. They've got, man, I mean, massive. I think Takamine, I can never pronounce it right, is one of their brands, but they definitely ventured off into lots of other facets. And you can go on their Wikipedia and read all about it, read all about the guy and see the empire. I mean, he has built an empire. But it all kind of comes back to here, which is great. The quality of these are just amazing. This one's got a Wilkinson Godot bridge. That's going to be new, upgraded. But looks completely stock and factory. Especially with the saddles there. If it wasn't for the Wilkinson etching there, I wouldn't have noticed. The guitar is just, man, it looks so good. Let's focus in on this finish. Look at like this pearl blue. It is beautiful, guys. Absolutely beautiful. The chrome on this, it's like a 60's Cadillac. The knobs, I mean, it's such a great, like, kind of vintage Clash, but modern at the same time. When you play it, man, it just, the neck, look at the neck profile. I mean, it is so comfortable. It's so fast. You can get to absolutely everything on this bass. Serial number is, let's see there. Can we focus? 20959. Big beefy tuners. Beautiful one-piece neck. So this would be like early to mid 60's Fender reissue. So you have no, there's no truss rod, no skunk stripe on the back. You've got the 4-bolt style neck plate, as you would, I think, like 65-ish. Truss rod access down there. ESP custom shop, jazz bass pickups. Sounds killer. This is the finest one I've ever seen, guys. Best example. We do not find them this clean. The only other 80s bass I can think of is the custom shop kind of violet pinkish one that we've got right around from this era. I should do a video of them side by side because it is shocking how clean they are and just how good the condition is on them. As far as blemishes go, it's not mint, but it's definitely excellent, and definitely excellent for a 35-year-old bass. There's a few little paint chips right there. You can see that kind of in the neck pocket. Little scuffs. I don't know if that's a scuff or not. Kind of like a little, it's so hard to see, a little clear coat scuff right there. Boop. Oh man, what did I see? Did I see anything on the back? I mean, there's not really much to complain about, guys. There's, you know, a few little clear coat marks there. Let's focus in there. A couple little there. Little one right there. See a little ding right there. A couple little things. I mean, guys, a couple little scuffs in the lacquer. A little thing there. Very, very minor stuff. Nothing. I mean, you just don't see 35-year-old instruments that are in this condition. Of course, they have little bits like that. It's shocking that that's all it has. Beautiful neck. Just run down that. Gorgeous, guys. So, this is Japanese finest in the 80s. Very undervalued and underappreciated at the time. Now, highly sought after, highly coveted. And this came from a collector. If you see the Fernandez Japanese lawsuit bass, jazz bass, on the YouTube channel that I just uploaded, this came from the same guy. What a cool bunch of basses. I can't believe he gave them up. If I was a bass player, I'd never sell them. No way. There's a few basses we've had that I would just, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that I do not play bass, I'd never sell them. This is probably going to be one of them. And the Fernandez, I just think is cool. I love the headstock on that one. And the other ESP that we have, that kind of violet colored one with the black hardware, is absolutely shockingly gorgeous. So yeah, anyway, dudes, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for checking out the video. If you want to buy this, it's going to be for sale on the website, EssexRecordingStudios.com, and on Reverb.com. Probably throw this one up on Instagram too, just because it's so pretty. And if you want to come record with it, it's in the stables. It's here for you to rock out on. Just hit us up, and we'll make some beautiful music together. Speaking of beautiful music, go check out King of the Dead. It's the latest rock band to have a release from us. King of the Dead. Their debut studio single is called Control. It's on YouTube. They've got a lyric video. It's on Spotify. Get them some streams. Go follow them on Facebook and Instagram. KOTD Band. At KOTD Band King of the Dead. All right, dudes. I'll catch you all later. More videos coming soon. Bye-bye.